Hello, everybody, and welcome to But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio, a Top Chef pairing mini edition. I'm Jeff, your culinary and hospitality industry expert. And with me, of course, is my friend Sundi, who's going to introduce herself and give us a little biz at the top.
Hey y'all, Sundi, pop culture professor, self proclaimed expert of all things, heavy on the self proclaimed. We have a lot of things happening. I was looking at some of our numbers, like going through some of our things. Man, it's been really busy. It's been really busy. Top Chef is really like helping us out here. But this week, when you hear this, you will have had there's available. So obviously vintage VPR. This comes out on Tuesdays and Fridays. And then the Top Chef that we drops Monday. And then tomorrow, right after Ladies of London premieres, then our recap of that. And of course, always vintage VPR. Find us and follow us on all the socials at Take a Pinot Pod and go to YouTube and look at us. And make sure you review us too. Like leave us a review wherever you get your podcast, like Apple or Spotify or whatever, because that really helps get us seen and pushes us to the top of the algorithm. So definitely leave a review, only if it's nice. And if you have beef, send them straight to Jeff at Take a Peanut Pod. So that is the business of the day. Let's get cracking. This is our mini episode, as you mentioned. So
Oh,
our
let's get
agenda.
cracking. Puns right off
Yeah.
the top. I love it. We're doing some crab. We're getting
Yeah,
cracking
that
quite
was
literally.
accidental pun, just so you know.
It
Accidental.
happened. That's what happened. Anyway. All right, we got our second big LCK, Rhoda and Nana facing off. You had some feelings going into this. You were leaning maybe one
Well,
way going
no, I
in.
knew it was going. I bet Nana hated to see Rhoda walk through that damn door.
Yeah,
Like she was like, God damn it! And
yeah.
I don't think I realized that the former contestants got to sit and watch.
That's what I couldn't wait to ask you about, like, because I'd mentioned it briefly before, but yeah, that keeps on going. There's gonna be a spot where it gets to a few of them, and then like I think maybe they finally get to go home. But yeah, all of a sudden there will be like five, six, seven people over there. Like, the peanut gallery kind of keeps on growing. Right now, Brittany's just flying solo and trying to shout things out.
I don't
But
care for that. That feels distracting. And now that you mentioned on the pod the recap about how that the way that production has set up that they have to talk to each other a little bit and
yeah,
how it can become kind of a problem. Now I can't not see it. Like I didn't even notice it before. It just felt kind of like they were doing that, but now I see that it is kind of entrenched in the stress of it and they're like, "Yeah, fine. They don't have enough cheese." So, thanks. It's in the
is
doorway.
that you on Top Chef? Is that what we would get is
Yeah.
that a glimpse of that?
This is me
I
chopping.
don't have enough cheese. I
Yeah.
like that.
This is scandalous, but I have a child who does not like cheese.
I have a cousin that doesn't like cheese that I rarely see, but when I do, I'm like, oh yeah, the no cheese guy.
Yeah,
It's just a
Ethan's
big
a no cheese guy. But I will say this, the component this week is one of your favorites. If you go back and listen to many episodes and put $1 in a jar every time Jeff says she crab soup, you may have $5.
Yeah, it's a huge Carolina staple. I associate it a little more with South Carolina than North Carolina. So hopefully we're making our way down a little bit.
Yeah.
Tom is wanting to bring it in because it was a huge part of his youth going out doing crabbing. He talks about it a lot
Mhm.
over the years. Going crabbing with Grandpa, pretty awesome, and sitting around with the family. He's like, yeah, small gathering, 30, 40 people. It's like, yeah, that's huge.
I
There's three
mean,
people
that's
in
how.
my immediate family. So anytime you're in the dozens, that's big to me.
Oh man, that's what thanks. I have 28 first cousins on my dad's side.
I don't know,
I mean,
28 people with my last name at all. Nothing,
we
nowhere
roll deep.
close.
We
Yeah.
roll deep. But is Tom from the South?
No, he's from Jersey. So all the
Ah, that makes
seafood, all
sense.
the fishing, yeah, he talks about fishing and crabbing a lot.
But
And
they were
that's
also
like
honoring Myrtle Beach, right? Because they mentioned Myrtle Beach and the 60 miles of beaches that
coastline.
Myrtle. Yes, exactly. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So that's South
That's a
Carolina,
couple
right?
couple bucks from Myrtle Beach there. That's good. Yeah, that's South Carolina.
Okay.
And it's I like when you get a little peek. Tom talking about the people getting together. and that maybe informed like part of his decision to get in the restaurant, bring your food to people, bring them together. So, that's a fun little
Yeah.
snippet from him.
Oh, I also forgot to mention one part of business. I'm so sorry, Jeff. We have been a little bit scatterbrained, but we did an interview with Chef Jim Smith, who is a
Mm-hmm.
former contestant. He was on the Charleston and then a little bit on the Louisville, and so we did that. So be on the lookout for that. Jeff had such a fun time talking to him. He was so sweet and accommodating, and
So
gave us some
nice.
real insider baseball. So be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna edit it up and get it posted so you guys can enjoy it at your leisure.
Thank you for the biz again. Let me know when
Sorry.
we get back to it. No, I love it.
Okay.
I
That's it.
will
That was it.
say
That's the last.
it's such a staple of the area. It's definitely something I would have made before I went down there. Like when you're going to the region, it's always wild to me when somebody's like, I don't really know what this is. It's like, and it's one of those big staples. It's
Yeah.
one worth looking into for sure if you're going to be on it. And
Well,
we were talking before, and or no, earlier, Rhoda definitely would have scared Nana when she walked in, I believe. That's not a
yeah.
welcoming sight
I
at
knew
all.
before I even sat down to watch it. I was like, mm-mm, bye, Nana. Sorry. Yeah, it's good knowing you. Nice knowing you. And two, I have some feelings about Nana's choice as well. And I'll get to that in a second.
Well, it starts off good. I think it's a great. Well, the challenge is we're doing she crab soup. It's something to emulate that, but it can't be a soup. Pretty
Yeah.
simple, pretty cool challenge. Of course, the time is like, here's 15 minutes. Like, a little bit.
Well,
But we get into her stuff
when
first, and I think it's a great turn.
I was immediately scared for her because they only had 30 minutes and she said macaroni and cheese. And I'm like, how are you going to bake a macaroni and cheese? You're going to make it, prep it, make it, and bake it. But she
Hmm.
did not bake it. So
Nope.
really, it was just she crab noodle soup.
I think that would have helped. It would have helped switch it up. It
Mm-hmm. It would
was.
have gave it a different texture on the top. It could have been, yeah.
It did get on the plate though, so we're
Thank
we're we're
God.
going in the right direction. We're going in the right direction. No
Uh huh.
hollering. That was good. Yeah, we know Rhoda's going to be a very formidable opponent when she comes in. I mean, she can draw from so many things. So very quickly, she's like, "Yeah, I'm doing this Singapore crab. It looks so good the whole time she's doing it. Like all the different ingredients and herbs. It looks like it's just so coated in there, and it's just like." The crab is you're getting like two,
Mm-hmm.
3 times the flavor going in. I mean, it was looking great the whole time.
What's the
Uh,
what's the heat level? Like if 10 is
I'm
the hottest you could bear, what? Because
I'm
he even mentioned the heat.
yeah, I'm going at least 8, probably. Like I'm going
Oh
7,
God.
8.
Okay.
I'm going pretty
Okay.
spicy. I mean, now if we're getting into the Reaper and Pepper X or whatever we're going, I'm putting those at like
Yeah.
a 12. But
Oh, okay.
I'm for most of us normies, I'm gonna put that one on the higher side for sure.
That's
This
still
might
pretty
have three
hot
peppers
for
next to it
this.
on the menu.
Yeah. Okay. So I won't even have one pepper.
Oh, not for Sunday. No, no. We
Mm-mm.
may give you a pinky dab in there, and that's about it.
That's it. And my nose will be
Yeah,
running the rest of the night.
we get some good backstory with her. The reason she knows that dish is her dad would travel that
Mm-hmm.
way and come back and kind of cook that as a treat for everybody and a welcome back. And I relate to that. I had a dad who traveled a ton for business and would come back and kind of like regale us with the food stories. And so I thought that was nice. It was sweet, and it looked awesome for sure the whole way.
I like how they set this up. It feels like we're getting to know more about the contestant, which because from
Mhm.
my background in reality TV, that is my preference, like to see them as an individual.
Yes,
And it just feels like even how she's kind of like teasing about Tom picking his own crab. You
his
know what I
special
mean?
way, his technique. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, he walks by her plate too, and he was like, "Well, I mean, am I have to pick my own crab? When I eat it." And then, but she, gave him some lumps at the bottom. But and that was to see her
that
do
was
that, and like
smart.
to hear her tone of voice and like her body language. It seems like we get to know them a little bit better, even though it's only 15 minutes. I don't know. I like this format. I would watch this on its own, fully formed show.
Yeah, it usually is pretty entertaining, and it's kind of like, when there's only two of them in the kitchen or two of them cooking at least, you're getting more of that also. It's kind of like in the competition part when they're going from 15 to 10, like by the time you're getting to those like last six or seven, you've really learned a lot about these people because you've seen them have to interact
Mm-hmm.
like with less people around. And so that's entertaining. We get to the, Tom's judging part here, and he's got his own technique like we talked about.
Oh yeah, he
And
invented
it,
it.
yeah, it kind of goes the way you thought it might. Rhoda
Come on,
Rhoda
Jeff.
pulls it out here.
I know you like to be diplomatic and give everybody a shot, but you knew the minute she walked off, she packed her knives and went on Monday
Yes.
night. It was like goodbye, Nana.
Yeah.
Nana.
I mean, really, I'm putting just put Rhoda like 2 or 3 just have her hang out for a couple weeks and shoo who's ever next probably out. I think
Uh huh.
there's been people that have gone like 5, 6, 7 victories in Last Chance Kitchen and gotten to go back. People have gotten in from Last Chance Kitchen and won. So it's pretty exciting. Like you said, they pack a lot in. It's a lot.
Yeah.
The pace of it's really cool also.
But I mean, it was obvious, and and Brittany's like this, sweating, like, oh shit, now I gotta deal with her because, all right, so now that there's two there, and then somebody will come next, and then so Rhoda will have to cook against somebody, or will Rhoda and Brittany have to cook and eliminate one of them?
Brittany and Nana are not going to be cooking anymore unless they get pulled in to be like somebody's assistant. The only
Oh,
people eligible to go forward are Rhoda and
okay,
who's she going to face
okay.
next?
I don't know. My crystal ball's broken.
Right. I didn't
We
know
don't know yet.
if you may have I didn't know if you may have an assumption where
Well,
where she's going to.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say his name out loud because I'm afraid I might jinx it, but I think it might be Oscar.
Okay. Okay.
I know that's an unpopular pick,
Hoping
but
not. Hoping not, but we'll
yeah,
see.
me too. Hoping not, but it confused Brittany's existence on the sidelines. I think kind of like mixed up the way I was understanding. But yeah, I get it now. Okay, I get it. There's only one
Probably
person in the
uh
competition.
when there's a few of them, when there's like 5 or 6 of them at some point, they're gonna have a very cool challenge and they're gonna be able to get some assistance and they'll bring one of those people back in. And eventually they, like I said, they shoo them off back home and they're
Yeah,
just back to like 2 people over there.
yeah. Um. So I wanted. Are we moving on to the interview?
Yeah,
I
that
mean, to
kind of
your
wraps
your
it
to
up
your
for
I mean to your
LCK and
recommendation.
we can get into our Rex of the week.
Um, it's so funny, y'all. Go back and listen to our interview when it gets available because it's like I'm sitting here just like, listening to these two. And so Chef Jim Smith would be like, yes, well, I worked under this person. And Jeff would be like, oh my gosh, yes, I know. And then Jeff would say something. He's like, oh, I know. And they talked about like equipment and all this kind of stuff. It was so fun. You will not get to hear my voice very much. I did eke some questions in the beginning a little bit just so I could kind of, get them out of the way. And then I just let them go. But it was very, very fun because Jeff didn't have to dumb everything down for this dear guest like he has to do for me.
Yeah, I mean, we are close to some very similar circles. We've cooked in the same region for a while and at the same time. So that wouldn't happen always, but it was fun and unique. And I kind of always thought that might be the case when I saw him on the show. So it was nice to confirm all the previous beliefs. But we got some great recommendations from him. And
Yeah.
do you want to
And
go
I'll put
first
those in
or
the
do you
show
want me to
notes.
go?
I'll put all his recommendations up in the show notes because he gave us several too. But no, I think you should go first.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping with this challenge, it means we're heading, a little south. Like I said, we saw in the clips for next week that it was going to be whole hog barbecue, or at least I'm pretty sure
Mm-hmm.
that's the big elimination challenge. And that brings me to this book right here for the week. This is Rodney Scott's World of Barbecue. This is from Chef Rodney Scott. I think this book's only like 6 or 7 years old. It's not that old. He is a master of whole hog cookery. He comes from like a line of folks who have been doing it for other people, like for a couple generations. He's gone on to really grow it himself, to grow like the word of barbecue, like of Carolina barbecue. He's like an ambassador for years. Went on to do a couple James.
Didn't
win some James Beard stuff. Yeah.
Didn't you use his product in the
I was
ice
gonna
cream?
say, yeah,
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah, yeah.
only does he do, is he great at cooking the meat, he has and sells in grocery stores and online his own sauces. There's a Rodney sauce, there's a tomato sauce, there's a white sauce. He does all kinds of stuff. One of them is the tomato based, kind of slightly spicy sauce that you had, or we had it in our
It
caramel
was
for
good.
our first cook challenge. That's all right.
That's right.
Um,
As the pork ice cream
that's right.
with barbecue sauce, like caramel, and then pork rind crumbles on the top. So that's
There you
also out
go.
there. Go watch that, and go to our socials and go to YouTube. You can see it because it was delicious. Jeff is
And
three for three this time.
come on by for some pork ice cream again. It's
Sure.
still over here.
Hmm. I liked
He's
it.
also, he has just a great attitude. Like I said, he was like an ambassador of the state and the food. He talks about like, maybe this is why I like it. He gets like in an interview, he'll get to talking about music he likes in the kitchen and just kind of like keeping the
Hmm.
vibe right. He's just seems like real diplomatic, very cool to work with. Um, so just a great guy all around and a very, very neat book. And I hope we get to see him next week, but I'm excited about whoever we get to see. Um, I'm very excited to hear about what our other recommendation is this week.
Okay, so much was made about my interjection about Coco Chanel when Sherry mentioned the accessorization of her plate and take one away.
Okay.
And it got to me thinking. I most recently watched a show called The New Look. It's on Apple TV,
Mm,
and it is about French designers in the 40s navigating their way through their craft and the industry during the Nazi occupation. Christian Dior, and then I can't verify this is true. I know that shows take liberties, but in the series, his sister went to a concentration camp, and so he fought really hard to help with the Jewish people and like be a good cause and a good effort in the cause. Coco Chanel, on the other hand, did not so much do that and made deals with some of the German officials to keep her products in stores and to kind of like protect herself, which turned out it didn't because, surprise, Nazis are dishonest. And it was really good. And I think it's like 6 episodes. It's kind of heady though. I mean, anything about World War II is going to be, but the
for sure.
costuming is beautiful. Apple TV does such a good job, and it's worth a watch just so we can get a well-rounded idea about our heroes. So,
I
just
like that.
saying.
Thank you. Thank you for the information. And that's some more coverage you're not going to get on every Top Chef podcast, everybody, right there.
I am
You will not.
multifaceted, sir.
I guarantee
Multifaceted.
you won't. Well, that
Okay.
was the heady part. Do you want to get to a real fun part for
I'm
us?
hype. I'm excited because, and
Yeah.
you guys stay tuned. Go to all of the socials for this particular cook challenge. The last one was as Jeff so cleverly put it, flight green tomatoes paired with
Hmm.
wine. And he made tomatoes 3 ways. Y'all, listen, I know I say that. I know I say they're good. Okay. But the other two, he was sort of challenging my palate a little bit and introducing some kind of strange things. He hit me right in the heart of my belly. Did fried green tomatoes 3 ways. There was even a hush puppy involved. Shut up.
With shrimp in it.
And with the shrimp in it. And then we had these beautiful wines paired with it. I told him
That was so
to
much
not.
funnier because I couldn't hear you. I love quiet screams. Like in movies when they do that, if it's scary or funny, I'm serious. I love quiet screams. Like I've written those into a script before because I love it so much.
I told him don't start a load of linens while I'm doing a podcast because the washing machine will clunk
Linens.
like bedclothes.
Oh,
His
yeah. Okay.
quilt.
I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah, yeah,
wait.
yeah. Yeah, you guys are getting a little. Speaking of inside baseball, and so now the thing's walking its way out to the street. Kadonk, 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 kadonk.
You throw a couple Doc Martin boots in there just for good
Uh
measure, a
huh.
couple from Chris and Doty, and just pop them in there.
Yeah, because
All
they're in
right.
charge of this way. Okay, so we get to do. So I get to pick between. What are my
That's
2
how.
elements?
Well, I want to see how you like. We can go. I guess Food for kids would be the first one,
Mm-hmm.
or okay,
Food for
we could
kids, and then the second one was
dehydrated foods.
if I would pick dehydrated if you could guarantee me it would be beef jerky.
No guarantees.
I'm gonna pick kid food.
Yay, that's exactly what I was hoping you were gonna pick. That's exactly the one. I should
Says
have known. I
speaking from the person who does not have any children, who has a fairly snooty palate, I cannot wait to see the dino nuggets you're about to serve me, sir.
four-legged children count, right? That's good. They
Uh huh.
all right.
In this
Well,
instance, for
I'm
sure.
I'm in the magic bowl of pink and white
Okay.
paper. We got North and South Carolina foods
Okay.
here.
No
This
whammies.
could
No
be
whammies.
some, and I don't know what this stuff is, so I'm double nervous now.
Big money. Big money. No whammies. Pull. Oh, I can't wait to see what it is.
We got a white piece of paper, everybody. A white piece of paper. To go with kid food, the ingredient will be Perlu. All right, that's Gullah
Wait.
Geechee. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what that word is.
Well, I was gonna. That's the words I said
Oh.
after it. I was gonna tell you
Oh.
what.
The ones I was talking over? Yeah, got it, got it. Okay, go. So say the word again.
Perlu. It's
Okay.
Perloo. Pardon me.
Mm-hmm.
That's you've been wanting to get into like the Gullah Geechee kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
this is it.
I
I
can't wait.
believe I may have to correct myself after this, but yeah, I think it's just a stew. I think it's obviously like shellfish, seafood based from there. I mean, I think it's kind of like almost a Brunswick stew thing, like cook what's around. But like old, and if there's anybody you want to see cooking Gullah Geechee cuisine, it's gonna be this guy right here, right? This is the face
Okay.
you definitely want to see on that, and
I,
that's sarcasm, everybody. But
so you got double trouble because here's what. I do not have a child in my orbit those age, but I do have a very picky 16-year-old and a very vocal, opinionated 4-year-old. So they better like it.
I'm gonna use Shep. We'll use the 4-year-old as the guidepost here. How's that?
Okay. And if he likes it, then that's a success.
Um, should I go look up Perlu real quick and make sure?
Yeah, let me see. Sunday, Google's on air.
Well, we're off air now, right?
No.
Well, I mean, we're
I mean,
not gonna
I'll cut this
include
out.
this, right? Yeah.
Oh, a one pot rice dish from the country. It's similar to jambalaya
Yeah, that works.
and paella. I couldn't get the words out. Jambalaya and paella and celery, bell pepper, tomato. Yeah, good luck to you, buddy.
All right, well, we'll come back in with this then. All right.
Okay. Yeah, so y'all stay tuned to see my 4-year-old grandson
Oh no,
eat
I mean, I was
perlu.
gonna say something.
Oh, sorry.
So maybe like not, and it's more like a like the gumbo or a paella kind of mix, maybe, in addition to being like a Brunswick stew.
Jambalaya,
So,
not gumbo.
oh, okay. So it's also like jambalaya, paella, rice dish, in addition to being like Brunswick stew. So
Ugh,
get
I
the
hate Brunswick
4-year-old
stew.
ready, and here we go.
I need you to know
I'm,
I don't like
I'm
Brunswick
excited.
stew. It's
Does
so
he have
gross.
soccer practice this day, the day we're going to do it? Because I don't want to do it the same day as soccer practice. I know that.
He's coming around to soccer, so
Okay,
maybe
he's
that can
coming
wear
around,
off.
everybody. He's coming
It
around
only
for
took
this.
6 weeks.
Well, I like that.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So stay tuned and go and look to see last week's challenge. Sometimes I'm a little late with the socials, but it'll be on YouTube. It'll be on all of the TikToks and all that stuff to see me eat and just hose down fried green tomatoes 3 ways. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Thanks.